food is a powerful tool. And that's what inspired me to become a registered dietitian. I was a biochemist first, and in my previous position I learned about dietetics and realized, like, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life, and seeing the connection between food, medicine, and science. We looked at what they were being served currently, and we wanted to nutritionally enhance, make sure that there was more calorie, so it wasn't more calorie dense and nutrient poor. We wanted to kind of alter the ratio, making sure that it was more nutrient dense and calorically balanced, in essence, but also try to maintain familiar foods, but making them in a healthier way. For example, instead of having wasabi Joe with beef, it was turkey Joe's. Spaghetti meatballs, but with turkey meatballs, pizza, but making sure there are lots of veggies. Instead of having pepperoni, there would be chicken on the pizza, for example. We introduced quinoa in some cases, flax seeds and peanut butter and jelly, kind of ground them, and kids would open up and say, what's this crystal stuff? And they would just explain the flaxseed, remember the omega-3s? I said, oh, okay. So it was just kind of new ways to infuse more nutrient-dense foods. Because a lot of the diets that kids in urban settings, in some cases, are, or those who are in low income, highly refined, lots of sugar, lots of preservatives, a lot of refined grains and such. That not eating foods per se that are that have the best nutrient profile. If we were to do the similar switch, having more of the brain healthy foods, less of the refined processed foods, would we see a similar effect on their behavioral outcomes, i.e. suspensions or aggression or violence in that aspect? And because we saw such significant outcomes, so that set the precedence for this particular study. I think it is important to, instead of just going cold into, here's the new menu, you got to eat it, I don't think that would have been as effective as to creating a relationship prior to and explaining, and talking about the importance of nutrition, and talking about the importance of breakfast. And we talk about that a lot, but not really getting into, okay, why is breakfast important? As far as, for example, brain function, the word breakfast means breaking the fast, and overnight your body has had a fast, and now your metabolism is ready to engage in processing nutrients early in the morning. And if you kind of cut yourself off from that ability to have those first high energy nutrients in the morning, you're going to be a little sluggish later in the day. And so our faculty and students kind of engage those types of conversations so that we would hope that more students would at least have breakfast in the morning. Foods are important. But sitting together as a family, maybe even making the meals together in a small way, and everyone's life these days are so busy, and families have, a lot of times single moms or even double working families have so much to do that it almost becomes impossible to even sit and have a meal. But if there's anything that I honestly, if it's even feasibly possible, for once a week, the family say, we're going to make a meal together and actually sit and eat it, I don't even care what the meal is. Wow. Just that.